This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
I mean, you can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboy fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, get any?
All right,
Here we are. We are on the Talking Shop with Mr. Hey, what's up, Matt? How you doing?
Good, I'm doing good. I'm holding down the fort till your guests get in here. Today, Byron, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. You know, I wish I could wear me a tank top and show them muscles like you. That look good. and man, I got to tell you, Matt, I I love the hat. My dad wore those hats, man. I got probably about 10 back there. I'm gonna have to start wearing me one every now and then.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I guess Kelly Shuck is ready to come in. She's downstage. I'm gonna bring her in. I'll disappear, and you guys have a great show.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you.
No problem, buddy.
Hello, Miss Kelly. Dr. Kelly.
Hey, Byron. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's good to have you on the show. This is the J&B Talking Shop. Every Wednesday night, we fill the room with nothing but locker room talk, insider talk, and talk about sports and all the good stuff. And now we got Mr. Cole down in Austin. So Dr. Kelly is in Houston. Cole is in Austin. I'm here in Arlington, Dallas-Fort Worth. So let's have a good time tonight. Let's enjoy ourselves. And welcome, you guys.
How's it going? How's everybody? How's it going, Dr. Kelly?
It's great. How are you doing tonight?
Good. Can't complain.
Thank you, Byron, for putting this together. We appreciate it. I'm excited.
Oh, no problem. We have a lot of fun on the show, and we talk about a lot of stuff. But you guys are special people, and I want the world to see y'all and kind of see what y'all bring to the table. You guys have done a lot. I know. So why don't you guys just do a short introduction of who you are and what you're doing?
I'm a graduate of Prairie View A&M University. Big sports guy, played baseball at Prairie View as well, and golf for a couple of years. Big sports analyst, watch sports every day. Love talking about them, any sport really. And just had to hop on the Byron show and talk a little bit, man. Appreciate you for having me, Byron.
Thank you so much, Cole. And Cole played a little golf too. He came down last year. We played golf together, and he always trying to challenge me on some golf. So I'm gonna have to hit that hole in one on one this year. So thanks, Cole. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no problem.
Dr. Kelly.
Thanks, Byron. So my background is I'm a corporate and organizational psychologist by training, and I work for a company called BCK Consulting out of Atlanta. And my passion is to get involved with the community and help youth in career-connected learning. I'm involved with two nonprofits, Pegasus Foundation as well as Stay Recruited Foundation. And we are committed, and now more recently with Best Wishes, thanks to you. And we're committed to helping youth in our communities advance in career-connected learning. We have 6 different career paths for them to choose from, and we help kids the ages of usually around junior high to high school, helping them transition from their sport to another career or a backup career that they can leverage after they play their sport or while they're training to play their sport.
Awesome. Thank you so much. She bring a lot to the table, man. You talking about a smart lady. I need just one half of her brain just so I can get going and keep up with everything.
Thank you, Byron. I feel honored to be with both of you tonight. Thank you so much.
So, Cole, real quickly, I know you got some things planned for the night. Being young and living in Austin, I know you're always staying busy. So, what about the basketball playoffs? Can you share a little bit about what's going on with the basketball playoffs?
Yeah, we got the Nuggets are gone. Anthony Edwards took them out, man. they're not going to be able to do it anymore. We got who we got tonight? We got who's playing right
You
now?
got the Dallas Mavericks and the
Minnesota. Ooh, man, they got Luka coming. Luka's about to turn up. I think he's one of the top 5 players in the league.
Right.
So Anthony Edwards he's coming. He's catching up there. They're comparing him to Jordan.
What, he's 21, 22, right?
Yeah, young, like 22, I believe 22.
Yeah, just had a birthday, I think.
They're both young. They're both young, upcoming stars playing against each other to see who's going to go to the finals. So it's going to be an exciting series. But I think Dallas might take it. But that's my opinion. That's my early what I think right now. So
I think Dallas is playing team basketball at the right time. I mean, they got some players that nobody expected. That Lively and those guys, nobody expected these guys to play as well as they're doing. And the good thing about that is they are playing good defense. Dallas never been known to play defense.
No, they got big, long defense. They got huge defenders like Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington. They got Kyrie's got better at defense. He's not scoring as much. He's playing more defense.
Right.
Luka's, being Luka.
Well, one of the things I wanted to ask you, Cole, in the playoff, you see these guys playing a lot of physical basketball, and referees not calling those hard fouls. What do you think about that?
Love it. I mean, it's just playoff basketball. That's what it. I mean, brings a little bit more physicality to the game. They're getting more. There's not as much flopping, and then they're getting called for the flops more. If you do flop it, throw that head back. The little that you're getting more, they're calling that more. So, and they're emphasizing like kind of the old school way to play. They're not letting the new way of the game, take over as much. They're giving it more balance. Because yesterday in that Boston game, Boston didn't have a foul until the fourth quarter.
What? That was crazy.
That was crazy. Like what? Like they were letting them play.
Always talk about Boston having home field advantage. They definitely have home field advantage. They didn't have a foul to the fourth quarter.
Like that was crazy to me. And then they shot only 4 the whole game. Like they would. It's the new way. I mean, I think it's just bringing that physicality back to the game.
I'm gonna see if you know what this is, Cole. What is that?
What the Cowboy? What?
That mean replay. That's
replay. Oh, I didn't know you. I was like, I thought you said like Cowboys. Like you was like,
I thought you was up on the Cole. What? That's the
I am. This is run it back. Run it back.
I didn't. That's not. I was like,
no, I got you,
call, Coach. So Cole, that's good. So we got the Boston Celtics, and which won that overtime game against the Pacers last night. The Pacers they gave that game away. Yep. So yeah.
They gave it away. Should have just passed it in, shoot the free throws, get it, make a for sure pass. They got everybody spread out in the court. Like, what we got going on, man? Like trying to do a press break. You got everybody going different ways. Just get the ball in, and then they knock it out of bounds. It goes off Pascal Siakam's hand, and they end up going to overtime and losing the game.
So would you call that loss on the coach, or what would you call that loss?
Probably, I'd say probably the coach, because you make a better inbound play, you win the game.
Okay.
That's it. You make a better easy play where they're moving. Not everybody's spread out throughout the court. I don't know. Just you got to get it in.
So Ms. Keller, just give me a minute. I want to talk a little bit about hockey a little bit. So
no worries. You're hitting on all the points. You're talking about leadership, and that's what we're here to do. So keep going.
Yeah. So I want to talk a little bit about those Stars. The Stars, man, they had an amazing year, and now they got to play the Oilers Thursday night, so tomorrow night. So tonight, the New York Rangers and the Panthers are playing. The Florida Panthers are playing tonight. So also, man, it's the Final Four for the hockey teams and Final Four for the NBA teams. So what's your spin on that, Cole?
It's rare. It's locked in sports we need to be watching. It's good, high quality. It's coming. It's crunch time. So for both in Dallas, it's going. You guys, isn't that the Stars and the Mavericks in the Final Four?
And guess what? Okay, so the Stars, the Mavericks play tonight. The Stars play tomorrow. I mean, they are like doing this
every night. Dallas. That's what it is.
So the people in Dallas are so excited, but it's the first time that you got these teams playing in the Final Four in both leagues, and then somebody mentioned, well, what about the Cowboys? We ain't made it to the Super Bowl since '96. I said, hey, living here in Dallas, the Cowboys still run everything, but man, it's time for the Cowboys to get up off their seat.
Yeah, they done right now. Texans about to be the new team in Texas. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the Texans going to take over for Texas. That's what I think. Then it's crazy that I saw that the mayor was trying to get the Chiefs to move to Dallas. That's how bad I think. You didn't see that?
Oh yeah, they had been mentioning that for a while.
That's what I mean. So now you just want winners. You just want the winning team in Dallas now. That's how that goes out there. I don't know, man. They gonna forget about the Cowboys and just go with the Chiefs. Like
win back-to-back season.
Yeah, the winners. It's kind of crazy. I don't know, man.
Yeah. So Dr. Kelly, what is your favorite sport?
To play or to watch?
Both. I know you're a sports fan.
Yeah, so I love to play tennis and I love to play golf.
Yeah.
And I love downhill skiing, but if I had to watch a sport, it'd probably be either football or baseball.
Wow, yeah. I know we had her talk to a couple of NFL guys, and she's always excited. She came to our last meeting downtown Dallas and met some of the NFL guys. So how was that experience for you to be here in Dallas and meet guys up close and some of the names that, we ain't got to call them, but what kind of experience was that for you, Dr. Kelly?
It was really incredible. I mean, I found these guys to be super down to earth. I mean, nothing like what, you hear about, some of the things that you hear about professional sports players, like, ego and, all that kind of stuff. I mean, these guys were so easy to talk to and so welcoming and very much, open to the things that we're wanting to do in the community and offered their help. And then I even, met some additional, I saw the same folks and then at some new folks at the Super Bowl of golf out in San Antonio. And, same experience. Everyone was welcoming and really eager. In fact, I had people coming up to me saying, hey, what are you doing with Byron? What's going on with Best Wishes? And what are y'all doing in the community and how can I help? So that was super refreshing. And it just kind of changed my whole perspective on what to expect from some of these guys.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. In fact, I had invited Cole to the Super Bowl of golf in San Antonio. It was just a hop, skip, and jump from Austin to get down there. And this is the second year he let me down. So
tell him what really happened, Byron. Tell him what really happened. Tell the truth. Don't be doing this online.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No, he had some things to do, but Cole loved golf, and we had talked about it. In fact, I was gonna try to stop to see him while I was passing through Austin, and couldn't get there. But Cole is a very special man for the university, for where you work, and tell them a little bit about what you do for your campus.
Yeah, so I'm the coordinator of internships at Houston-Tillotson University. So that career path, kind of you were talking about a little earlier. There's different career paths after sports, and I mentored athletes. I worked at Rice University as well as an account executive, but I work in career and graduate development office and help students get jobs and internships as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I'm sure we have some synergies for sure. I developed my passion for helping athletes. I was consultant to the NCAA for 3 years before COVID.
Oh, awesome.
I learned a lot about what athletes go through, not just professional, but also college athletes after their sport and the identity issues and sort of the transition that's so hard to make after you've been, so powerful playing on the field and, having all that notoriety and then what happens next. So that's really where my passion lies, is to help them transition.
That's awesome. Yeah. And then I mentored some athletes too when I was at Rice, because I was a former athlete as well. And before I started working in higher education, I found out what I like to do. But I was at Rice University, what happens if you get hurt? What is your next? What's your plan B? So
hey, Robert Wardell, leadership is the problem in Dallas. You're absolutely right. They don't know who's that leader. Some guys wear the C on their chest, but that necessarily don't give you the authority to be a leader. You're absolutely right. I agree with that. So they need to have a leader to step up. When we'll see if that'll happen if they sign CeeDee Lamb and the linebacker. What's the linebacker name?
Which one? For the
Michael Parsons.
Oh, Michael Parsons. Yeah, Michael Parsons. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. But Dallas is real close though. I think they're real close. We'll see if they can go in and beat the Giants, if they can beat the Eagles, and of course the Redskins are looking pretty good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
So real quickly, one of the things that Dr. Kelly is already on top of is the Super Bowl. Where the Super Bowl will be in New Orleans this year, and we're looking for a great season. Of course, the Giants will be highlighted this summer in the training camp. I think they gonna be on that show on ESPN. What you call that?
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks. They're gonna be doing a little bit of the Hard Knocks, I think, this year. I don't know to what extent, but everybody been on Hard Knocks, man. They don't have a good season.
Man, who's gonna be y'all's quarterback? That's my question.
Well, Byron, I have a question for you.
Okay.
So, if you could pick any two teams to be in the Super Bowl, who would they be in 2025?
2025. I was looking at the Super Bowl team rankings right now. I think it's going to be between Detroit and the 49ers in the NFC. Maybe the Eagles. And then I still think you got to watch Kansas City. I like the Ravens. And the shocker going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Anybody want to have a comment on that?
I mean, really, the Steelers got the hardest schedule in the second half of the season. They don't even have and they don't have a quarterback.
And that's when they got
two quarterbacks.
But you know what? Steelers are known for defense, and they know for not losing a whole lot of games. They gonna win at least 9 games.
We got to look at that. You got to look at that second part of that schedule. We got to look at that because it got this second part of that schedule. It's like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Pat Mahomes,
and
Lamar Jackson.
It comes down to injuries, but what I liked about the Steelers, they do play their second half tougher. So
they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Did that answer your question, Dr. Kelly?
Yeah. I was just wondering if you were going to say the Giants.
We are, in fact, you're gonna make me go there and put my hat on. we are gonna be the team that's probably gonna be tough to beat though. The one good thing about the Giants, and what I like about the Giants now, and we got a new linebacker, Burns. And what I like about the Giants now, we play hard football, tough nose football. That's what we do. And guess what? You supposed to say what? Guess what?
What?
Guess what?
What?
This is our 100-year celebration. So they're doing a lot of special things this year with the Giants because we are one of the oldest teams in the National Football League, and we are celebrating 100 years. So y'all should say congratulations, Giants.
Congrats, Giants.
Congrats.
Yeah, go Giants.
Yeah, it's 100-year celebration. So they emailed me a whole lot of stuff. So this can be a special year. They wearing special uniforms this year. A couple of games, you'll see these unique uniforms. They got some khaki pants. They got these red tops and nice helmets. These helmets are gonna be out of sight. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen this year for the New York Giants. Okay, too many teams say they've been around 100 years.
That's true. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Y'all got Malik Neighbors too. Y'all got Malik Neighbors.
Huh?
Y'all got Malik Neighbors.
Malik Neighbors is a real deal, baby.
Come on. You just got to have someone to throw. That's it.
Daniel Jones, he got to shut up and put up because, in New York, they'll run you up out of there.
Y'all need it. Y'all got Tyrod still? I'd just go with Tyrod.
Tyrod, he's a backup. He's a backup. I'll be honest with you.
So is Daniel. But
but Daniel, he's gonna be a backup after this season if he don't get us off the ship. He got to put it down there.
He got to. Nah.
So who you think gonna be your top teams? What teams do you like Dr. Kelly, and what team you think gonna make it to the Super Bowl?
I'm not sure who I would say will make it, but I know who I'd like to watch. That'd be the Broncos and the Saints.
The Broncos.
Ooh, I love to hear that. I love to hear that. Who that?
Well,
Who
you know
that?
the Saints.
Well,
The Saints.
I mean, we're going to be in New Orleans. You know, we
Who
might as well see the
dat?
Saints, right?
I love it. I'm a New Orleans fan. I'm a Saints
right.
fan. I
It
love
don't
it.
happen too many times. The whole city make it to the Super Bowl, but
Sean Payton versus the Saints. That's what we're going with. I like it. I like it. I like
Sean
the
Payton
We
ain't
can always hope and wish.
Sean Payton versus the Saints. I love it.
Well, sometimes you got to see it from a different perspective. I guess that's the teams that most likely won't make it to the Super Bowl.
Jeez, man, what?
Well,
What?
I have to root for the underdog, right? So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
that's
underdog?
hey, but you know what? You still have to play the game to see who's gonna win. So
that's true.
Yeah, who that? Who that?
Nicole, you like you're a Saint fan. You like you're a Saint fan. I can't believe
Yeah. What about him? Yeah, who that?
Well, I know. I'll see this. It was a commercial came on. Not one of the commercials. It was a guy on Facebook. He was mad at Jerry Jones, and he had the jersey, and he was just throwing it down every time he was making a comment and throw the Cowboy jersey down. I can't believe we didn't get the best running back. The best running back that had moved up here in Dallas, and we didn't sign no running back. We went going back to Zeke. He said, Jerry Jones, I can't believe it. And he was just going on and on and on and on and on. And it was so funny, man. So by the time he was getting through with all his raving and talking, he had turned completely black. But these guys love these Cowboys out here.
Well, hey, Cole, I have a question for you. Are you a basketball fan?
Yes, I like basketball too. Yes,
Well,
I'm a Steph Curry fan. I like the Warriors. So we're done. We didn't make it, but I like the Warriors.
Did you ever watch college? Do you watch college basketball?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Rice University, they're in the same conference as my team, which is UAB Blazers.
Oh, really? Birmingham? Or
Yep.
is that Birmingham? Where is it?
Yep, in Birmingham.
Yeah, UAB.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Y'all,
That's
it's the AAC. So yeah.
AAC, yeah. Who's in there? Tulane? Is Tulane in there still anymore?
Yeah. I can't remember all the teams, but I know Rice is for sure.
Yep, Rice is, because that's I remember I worked as an account executive in athletics, and we always see UAB or Birmingham. Yeah. I remember.
Anyway, I just had to get a little plug in for the Blazers. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Nah, shout out to Birmingham.
That's right.
We got UAPB out there too. No, that's Pine Bluff. No, never mind. What's HBCU? What's the HBCU?
We got Miles.
UAPB.
There's several HBCUs in Alabama. We have actually more HBCUs almost than any other state.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's good to know. Good to know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Shout out Birmingham.
So what were your questions about? Yeah, that was your question? And did Cole ask your question?
Yeah, I just wondered if he liked, if he ever saw if he was a college fan, and with him being affiliated with Rice, I didn't know if he ever saw.
Cole sometimes run around them laps. He run around the track. Sometimes he be trying to run around, and he'll miss his answer. So I make sure you circle back on him.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
No, I love Mr. Cole. He's a great guy. Yeah, he's a great guy though. But yeah, we have a lot of fun. And Cole came down last year to the football camp in Texarkana, and had a good time.
Yep.
He ate some country food, and you didn't get sick though, did you, Cole? Did you get sick?
Nah, I think I didn't get sick. What was it? Dehydrated. I was dehydrated.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He was out there with those kids trying to run routes and stuff.
It was in the golf tournament, so
we had a good time.
It was great though. It was fun.
Yeah.
Well, we need you. We need you to help mentor some of our kids this summer for sure. If you're up for it.
Let me know. I'll shoot you my email after.
That'd be great.
Yeah, Cole, he's on top of it. I really appreciate you, Cole, and what you're doing. And just your heart for kids and higher education. That's really great.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
So Dr. Kelly.
Yes, sir.
like you're all relaxed and all. You have a good day today. Tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit of. Tell us some exciting that's going on.
Well, let's see. We have several programs coming up this summer. We have. I'll go ahead and tell you about our programming. With Best Wishes, we've got the entrepreneurial program, which is for some of the youth in the Dallas, Arlington area, where we're going to be teaching them about careers in being an entrepreneur and what that involves, and what does that really mean, especially for athletes, because now with NIL and all the pressures and everything with name, image, and likeness, there's more opportunities for entrepreneurs, but also everybody thinks they can be an entrepreneur. So we want to help them understand, what does it really mean to be an entrepreneur? What are those traits and skills and strengths and things that you really do need? And so we're going to be introducing them to other athletes who have been successful as entrepreneurs and what kind of careers they've had and what businesses they've pursued and owned and are successful at. So we'll have a lot of cool role models, and we're going to just get them out there to do some competitions to see what their ideas are, get them to pitch some ideas, and we'll see who the winners are. And then we'll follow those youth through the next few years and help them, actually follow through on something that's productive and hopefully economically viable for them in addition to their sport. So that's the thing I'm most excited about right now. We have two other programs. One is for construction careers, sports construction, folks interested in going into careers in sports and constructing stadiums and other facilities and things of that nature. And then anyway, so we have, like I said, we've got 6 career paths, but those are the 2 right now that we're most focused on in the Texas area.
Did you talk about the aviation a little bit?
No, sure. So here's the awesome thing is, I don't know, a lot of people don't know this, but being a professional athlete and being a commercial pilot are almost the same exact personality. If you give someone a personality test that's a professional athlete, and then you test out the best pilots, commercial pilots, like for the airlines, the traits are almost identical. So what we're trying to do is encourage former athletes as well as high school youth to consider aviation as a career in addition to sports, and especially for the former athletes getting the NFLPA involved, because those retired athletes, after they retire from their sport and are kind of settled into their lives and are wondering, what do I do now? Where do I go from here? Aviation is an incredibly viable option because it gives you economic, the financials of it are amazing. You can make great money. And it's, you have the same kind of lifestyle in a way that you have as an athlete. You have, that kind of notoriety. You're a leader. You're, flying for an airline and being, in that capacity is a pretty cool job. So you can do it in really a short time period. People don't realize this, but you can become a pilot in 52 weeks if you go straight through.
52 weeks. That's a 1 year. Wow.
Well, now you still have to get some additional hours to fly for like Delta or FedEx or some of the bigger airlines. But if you want to go right into being a private pilot or working as a corporate pilot, or even some of the smaller regional airlines, you can go and do that in 52 weeks.
Wow, that's good.
That's pretty good.
That's good. Yeah. I know you had mentioned also that professional athletes and pilots, they have so much in common. Can you mention that as well? Yeah. So if you think about the traits that make you successful on the field are the same things that make pilots successful in their jobs, like drive, motivation, resilience, being able, I call it situational awareness. I mean, Byron, you were a wide receiver. So when you get on the field, you're looking around, what's going on all around you. You're looking for the ball and you're looking to see what everybody's doing. So you have to be able to look out and around 360 and know what's happening at all times. And that's what pilots do. So that's just one example, is what we call situational awareness. But also, if you think about just the basic stuff like practicing every day, pilots do things in a repetitious, repetitive way. They have to do the same thing over and over, just like athletes do when they practice. So the traits and the things that drive athletes also drive pilots. And so what we're trying to do is say, okay, now that your sport has ended, let's take those same traits that made you successful in your sport and make you successful in a career like aviation. And, and then that way, you're doing something, not that there's anything wrong with some of the careers that athletes pick, but,
I've talked to a lot of athletes who say, well, I don't necessarily want to be a coach, a gym teacher or, a high school coach. I want to do something else. So let's talk about that, and so we can help you get straight into the airlines and shepherd them through that process to where they can get there in a short time period.
Right. That's good. Excellent. So
it's kind of encouraging because I hate to see athletes get, that actually, people have been super successful in their sport and then they leave their sport and there's still a huge life after that,
Yeah. And one thing that I always talk to young kids about is what you're passionate about. Passion means, I love doing this. I don't have to get paid to do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm in my lane. I want to just make the impact. And be having so much passion is one of the things that's the joy of living, I think, as well.
For sure.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, I always ask players like when I was working with a recent former NFL player recently, I asked, what are you passionate about? What do you want to do? And that's the first thing we do is we try to establish some interest in, the careers that give them, that they're interested in. And I mean, a lot of it does come down to finances. They want, everybody wants to make a really good living and to be able to live the lifestyle that, we've always lived in the sports world and that sort of thing. But also, if you can find the passion along with that, it helps a lot.
Yeah. So Cole, I know you got to get ready to go. I know you really appreciate you coming on tonight, sharing some insights, basketball, and hockey, and all the good stuff. So, any last remarks that you want to make before you leave?
Man, thank you for having me. Yeah, Dr. Kelly, if you want to talk, I'll Byron, or we'll talk after and you got my email address and everything, and we can talk about it. But we'll see. The game's about to come on tonight. We can see. Hopefully Dallas can pull it out. I think they should, but you never know. If Minnesota beat the Nuggets, so it should be good. But I appreciate you having me on the show today.
Okay. Well, welcome and thank you so much, and have a good night. We appreciate you being on with us tonight. Okay.
I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Good meeting you, Dr. Kelly.
Later.
Thank y'all. You have a good one.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So one of the things that we have is we have the New York Giants helmet and the Dallas Cowboys helmet. And the good thing about that is I played for the Giants, and then my buddy Jim Jeffco, who taking leave of absence, played for the Cowboys. And so we been talking locker room stuff. We have some of the greatest conversation ever. But we always talking about what happened in between the locker rooms and teammates that we met over the years and people that we met, and it's really, really good. It's a good relationship that we have, but yet we want to continue to let people know and get them insights of what the game is all about. So really happy that we still got the Talking Shop. Talking Shop is a great show. So Miss Kelly, I want to just also share with the people about you and some of the things that you have done. I know you been in Birmingham and Atlanta, and you're now in Houston. You came down to the Super Bowl of golf a couple of weeks ago, and you've been up here to a couple of our meetings here in Dallas, and you work with another NFL player named Reggie Russ. Share a little bit about what Reggie does. He's an outstanding guy that does some things in the Houston area.
He really is. I can't say enough about Reggie. And in fact, Reggie's responsible for making the introduction to you, and so I'm eternally grateful for that. But Reggie, his foundation is called Stay Recruited, and the cool thing about Stay Recruited is that his philosophy and kind of mission around that is that athletes will stay recruited their entire life, not just in their sport, in high school and in college, but also beyond that in their jobs or professional sports or whatever they choose to do after their education. He wants to help these students stay recruited in a career through their entire life, because Reggie believes, like we do, that there's life after sports, and so many times people get overlooked after they finish their sport, and sometimes or oftentimes the high school athletes don't make it beyond that, and they don't have opportunities for scholarships. So Reggie does football camps. He works one-on-one with the students to help them with financial literacy, community engagement, as well as career path planning. And he also does the flag football piece, which helps them learn the community responsibility and engagement and teamwork, as well as collaboration and interacting, in a way that's healthy, where they learn those winning traits on and off the field.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I know. Reggie, he connected us, introduced me to you, and that's one of the best things that happened. And it's so important to meet the right people that have the passion and they have the knowledge and that really passionate about what they do and what they have to offer to society. And I really appreciate that. And I know Reggie tonight is in Houston. They having the NFLPA meetup at Topgolf. I think that you live at Topgolf, and he's there tonight. We had asked him to come on, but he had to go to that meeting tonight. So we really appreciate Reggie that, and we wanted to mention him and what he mean to us and what he's doing in the community as well.
And the thing I want to say too, real quick about Reggie, number one, his heart is so in the right place. And I don't know how he does what he does with as little as he has. It takes so much just to get these youth from A to B, or to feed them and to get the uniforms and to do all the things that he does. And he does such a great job. And he's just puts himself out there to, whether it's financially or, his time, all of the above, he's all in and super invested. And I just can't say enough of, positives about Reggie.
Yeah, we want to say kudos to Reggie, and we thank you, Reggie. And, one of the things about this show, you can always send it out to all your friends. We'll send you a link as well, and you can get the word out. We want to expand what we're doing and talk about all the positivity that's going on throughout the community. Because people, every day we turn on TV, we always hear the bad and negative news. But this is all about good news, and that's the reason why I wanted you on, because you do such a great job with what you offer. We just can't ask for a better person to reach out and keep just keep doing what you're doing. So I really appreciate you as well. And that's just special when you can find the right people that have a passion that like you have and Reggie have, and the things that we'll get ready to do and for us giving people hope.
But Byron, we can say the same thing about you too. I mean, meeting you and learning about Best Wishes and how humble you are. I mean, I had no idea all the stuff that you're doing, and got to know you that well that, I realized how wide of a reach you have and how many people. I mean, every time I turn around, you're like, yeah, this is someone my former student or someone I coach. I mean, you've had an impact on so many people. I don't want to, I can't, I have to put that out there tonight so other people know as well. So
but thank you so much. I appreciate it. I really do. And, earlier we were talking about one of your friends, and she's a school teacher. And I was telling her about when I was growing up, my fifth grade teacher, was a special lady. Her name was Miss Evelyn Reed. And she said, it's just something special about you, Byron, blah, blah, blah. So when I got to high school, she said, I told my husband, his name is Charlie Reed, Coach Charlie Reed, that I want him to meet you, and I want you to meet him as soon as you hit the high school campus. So I went in there and met Coach Reed, and he was a huge old man, and just when he speak, you have to listen. And he just said, I'm gonna make a deal with you, Byron. I said, what's up, Coach? He said, I'll tell you what, you make the AB on the road, I'm gonna give you $20 every 6 weeks. So every 6 weeks, I run to that gym, I show him my report card, and every 6 months, every 6 weeks, he would have me $20. And so that story fits so well with me. So every time I go into any school, anytime I speak to in front of any kids, I always ask them who wants this $20 bill. Everybody wants the $20 bill. Nobody come up there to get it yet. I keep asking them. They think I'm just saying something, but I always give a $20 bill because Coach Reed gave me a $20 bill, and I ended up graduating with a 3.8 GPA. Rice and all these big universities was recruiting me, but I chose to go to UTA. But my point was, when I was talking to the teacher earlier, that you know, you never know how a teacher, a coach going to inspire you. And, you know, if you can just keep hanging there, and, you know, some days you're going to be rough days. Some days ain't going to be shiny and glorious. But, you know, what I share with kids, you know, it's a journey. And where you are now is not where you're going to end up. So, you know, continue to treat your teachers like you want to be treated. Continue to, you know, stay focused on some of your goals that you want to do. I know I wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy, but, you know, I went to another route. But my point is, every time I think about how I got to my destination, on my way, on the path there, it was some people standing in the gap that I had to stand on their shoulders to get higher, to get to the next level. And so when we was talking to the teacher earlier, Miss Jill, you know, that's what we were talking about. We were talking about Miss Jill Johnson. I was just sharing that with her, and we always talking about how special teachers are. So, and this is what the show is all about. It's about throwing things out there that really sticks, that people understand that, oh yeah, that was me. You know, that, you know, you can see the possibility. So.
And I would add two quick things. Okay, one, for the teachers, it only takes one person to make that difference. And, you know, there's research that backs that up, that says just one person can change the course of someone's life. And you're a testament to that. So that's a great example with the $20 bill and your coach. And then for students, what I would say to that is, be open to the people that come into your life, because you never know what door that's going to open. And I believe that the students who are successful versus the ones who, you know, fall short, it's because those who are the ones who are successful pay attention to the people, and they take the opportunities that are presented, even if they don't know where that opportunity is going to end up.
Right. You're exactly right. You know, so another thing, I didn't get a chance to tell her that. I was going to tell her about this story. So when I was in the 11th grade, I started hanging out with a couple of bad boys, and you know, sometimes you just got to watch who you're hanging out with. So we were drinking beer at a track meet, and somebody went back and told the coach. There was 5 of us, and 3 of us were juniors, 2 of us were seniors. So the seniors got kicked out. Now, what the coach did was he gave us an option. He called us in his office one by one, and he asked, "What you drinking?" I said, "Yeah, coach, I can't lie to you. I was drinking some beer." And guess what? I had to run 50 miles.
Oh.
I had to run 50 miles. I was the only one that told the truth. So that Monday, I never forget this, that Monday I started running those miles. I ran 5 miles a day, every mile under 8-minute mile. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, that first week, I had ran 25 miles. And so people were come out of the track after school and say, "You crazy. Why you running for the coach? Why you doing it?" And, you know, I made the mistake. I made the wrong choice. So the second Monday on the 28 mile, the coach told me, said, "Byron," I said, "What, coach? You didn't make that mile." I said, "Coach, I made that mile." He said, "Byron, you didn't make that mile." When I ran that extra mile, that's when God told me I was going to play pro football for 12 years.
Wow.
So
That's when you had that insight?
I had the insight. So I kept running miles. And so I finished the 50th mile that second Friday. I call it 50 plus 1. The 1 is that extra that you have to do, and you get tested and see what your will is all about. And guess what? 2 weeks later, the coach came up to me and said, "Byron," I said, "What, coach?" He said, "Son, you made that mile. I just wanted to see if you're going to quit."
Wow.
And the rest is history. So I tell people that for a reason. And then in 2009, my high school called me because I was in the track and turf business. They said, "Byron, we need to resurface our track." Now, that track hadn't been touched for resurfacing since I graduated.
Oh, my goodness.
So I sold my high school a track, gave them a proposal. They said, "We're going to give you the contract." Guess what?
What's that?
I made $50,000 commission on that track.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
30 years later, God paid me $1,000 for every mile that I ran.
That is too. Oh my gosh, I can't.
And so when I tell people that if you just stay focused on you and what you need to do and what you need to get done, yeah, you're gonna make a mistake. Yeah, you're gonna fall short. Yeah, it's certain circumstances in life gonna weigh you down. It's 10 of us. I had 7 sisters and 2 brothers. It wasn't the road wasn't sweet. So what I'm saying is there's hope and there's willpower. And there's a Coach Reed, and there's a Miss Reed. If you look back on the journey that you have taken, it is a reason why you are what you are and doing what you're doing. And when I'm talking to a doctor, I know how much education that you had to go to. I know how much preparation. I know how much study time that you had to spend. I know that. Getting to know you. I know you lost your parents not too long ago. I know the feeling of all of that. So what we are doing and what the reason why we have this type of show is we want to give people hope. We want to let them know that there's a fork in the road, but yet when you choose your route, it can be it can be better. It can be great. And great things are with us. So when I tell kids about playing football, I said one thing I can see you 5'10", you weigh 160, blah blah blah, but I can't never see your heart. And so the heart is where you really will really get to see what you want, what you really want, your desires in life. So what do you think about that, Dr. Kim?
I think you're right on. You're getting me emotional now. Because I just think about the people that have helped me, and my people I've leaned on, and I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for a handful of people in my life. And I really am grateful for that. And, you just have to sometimes ask for help when you don't want to, but it's always, if you just stay the course and follow your passion and do the right thing and work hard, those things will come. But I agree with you. Sometimes it's easy to hit bumps in the road and you just have to keep going.
Yeah. My mom, she died of cancer in 1988, and I used to go. I was up in Canada when she got sick, and they first told me, and the doctor gave her a couple of days to live, and I drove nonstop from Vancouver, Canada, all the way to my hometown of Texarkana, and she waited till I got there. But I used to go to Houston to MD Anderson, down there where you are, and I never forget looking in my mom's eyes, the last breath that she took. She waited till I got in that room, and she wanted to see her baby boy. And I always have said, there is something special in all of us, and you have to keep thinking about what that is and what it looked like, and stay focused on what you got to do, because it's victory running through your veins. You're a conqueror regardless of the situation, and you just got to stay hoping on those positive things that's out there, and that's what it's all about. That's the reason why I do what I do. I try to answer every call. Today I probably got about, I gotta show you my phone. I probably got 20 texts. A couple of players asked me about this and that, and so being available is another thing too, though.
That's huge. Just answering a phone call or a text can change everything in a minute.
Yeah,
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited about the entrepreneur program. I think all of us got some entrepreneurship in us. I think one of the things that I always talk about is iron sharpening iron. That's what makes you better. I think, when you write down your goals and your dreams, continue to look at them. I'm looking all around this room right now, and I see all these guys that's pictured around this room. And I just know that at the beginning, when it didn't look good, you know what I'm saying? Some of these guys grew up in small towns. Some of these guys grew up dirt poor, but yet they stayed the course. Have you ever ran a marathon?
I've done a half marathon.
What do you think about a marathon?
I didn't make it to the full marathon, but I love training for the half marathon. It was some of the best time of my life. I felt better than I've ever felt.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Running is all about you. You can't talk about you didn't make the basket, you didn't catch the ball, but when you have to run your own race, you can't blame nobody.
Yeah. So, but you touched on something too. I mean, I think, you talked about, I want to talk about just for a second about athletes of color, because people don't understand the burden that is put on athletes of color in terms of their community and their families, and, the pressures to play and to perform and to win and to keep going. And that's another reason why we need to have these programs, so we can help, individual young youth to understand, we're going to help you find other opportunities, even if sports is not the right path for you or the final path. And so it's important, I think, for us to really understand that population and to be there for them and to make sure that they have options.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And one of the things that these parents are doing, they thinking that their kid's gonna be the next NFL guy, the next NBA guy, and in Major League Baseball. It's not that at all, because they just don't know. It's less than 1%. It's 1% make it to the NFL, and
Right.
so I tell people all the time, we have about 400 people, NFL players die every year. We have about 350 NFL guys that make an NFL team every year. There's only 1,996 jobs in the NFL. It's only 32 teams, 53 members on the team, and that's not a lot of jobs. So you got to be the best of the best in order to play and be sustainable. And the average guys that play less than 2 years, less than 3 years. And I was telling people that somebody asked me the other day, said, Byron, how do most of the football players get? I said the average lifespan of a football player was 53. A lot of guys were dying by the time they reached 53.
Oh, man.
And so it's about 22 to 25,000 retired players right now, but that's not a lot of people. And so, I tell the kids that, make sure that you can study, have a passion to do something. And there's a lot of other opportunities out here. You need to have some other options out here in life.
Well, and if you think about it, I mean, if you play 2 years, you make $800,000, but you still have a whole lifetime you got to earn a living. I mean, I'm just giving you an example.
People don't think about that, but parents, you go. Sometimes I want you to go to a little league game and you see these parents up there, the people in the stands. And they put these kids in the NFL already. The reason why I say it is because me and my best friend, we coached Little League for 12 years. His boy, one of his sons, coaching now at Mississippi State, and the other son is playing in the USFL, and he was playing for Green Bay. We coached both of his sons all the way up from kindergarten to 6th grade. And we would have these parents come, and they'll be late. You'll think these kids going to go play on the NFL field. And I told this one parent one time, I said, look, man, I ain't trying to coach your kid to the NFL, because let me tell you something. He was a little bitty kid, and his daddy little. Hell, his daddy, he wasn't gonna be over 6 feet tall. So, and I ain't saying that he ain't gonna make it, but I'm just saying, just have fun while you playing. Learn to have fun and enjoy the game. Not thinking that you're going. This kid is 8, 9 years old. You talking about 22-year-old guys, it's so many years in between. So you can't say that your son gonna play in the NFL.
No, and I mean, and that's why we have to also be, aware of the mental health issues that athletes have to, to face, because parents can be, the worst culprit in terms of making it hard. So we just have to be able to support our athletes in all capacities, not just on the field.
Yeah, and I want you to maybe talk a little bit about the mental health part of it. I know it's been one of the big subject lines that's going around now. The mental health part. A lot of people are dealing with that.
For sure. I mean, if you think about, in high school, you've got the pressure to get to college, and whether you've got eligibility issues. And kids don't understand, what those eligibility issues are. So they're trying to get to college, trying to get a scholarship, trying to get on the field. And then when you get to college, you have the least amount of time ever, in terms compared to other students. So they have such little time. I'm sure you can attest to that. You have practice. Just all the pressures, academic stuff. And then, the pressure is, am I going to make it beyond college? Or if I'm not, what am I going to do? So the mental health issues are just, just the pressure alone causes a lot of depression, anxiety, academic anxiety, and then not to downplay this. Suicide. We're dealing with more and more suicidal athletes than we have ever before. Yeah. And so we have to be aware. We have to know those warning signs. What are the things to look for, and to make sure that we're tuned into that, because it's a real issue.
Yeah. We got to do. Yeah, that's why I'm so excited about teaming up with you to see how we can put the particular package together so the kids can be aware of those and get have the alertness of what's happening. So we coming up in this last 4 minutes. I always tell Jim Jeffcoat about 2-minute warning. And 2-minute warning is you can win a game or lose a game in 2 minutes. I'll tell you that. So, but no, I really enjoyed having you here tonight. Thank you so much for what you want to, what you're doing, and what you continue to do. So, anything else you want to talk about, bring up subject lines, or anything that you.
We could dive into any one of these topics, and probably be a good idea to circle back at some point and just do a session on just mental health, because we could talk about that for an entire hour easily, and bring in some other people that really know a lot about that. But I just want to say thank you, and you've been one of those people, Byron, that I know that we met for a reason, and I can't tell you how excited I am about the future and all the things that we're going to do. So thank you again for that, and for having me tonight.
Yeah, and I really appreciate all the sacrifices already that you made. You put together different packages. We got some presentation to do. We are going to the Rangers next week. Talk to some of the people at the Rangers. Yes. She just found out that I coached a kid that worked for the Rangers, and he's over community engagement partnership relationships, and we have a meeting with Mr. Brian Nephew next week, and then we have a couple of meetings with a couple other guys. We're trying to also get to meet Mr. Todd Williams with the Dallas Cowboys, who work right up under Stephen Jones, and so
Katie from Paragon, we talked to her today, and she's going to meet with us. That's awesome.
Yeah, a sports construction company, they're gonna meet with us, and so we want to just share the excitement that's going on, and and Dr. Kelly, once she get in front of people, she prove a point of why we're doing this, the reason why we're doing it, and the changes that are going to be made for us in people's lives, the impact that we can make, getting the right people are passionate about what they want to offer.
Well, I will say one more thing real quick, Byron, and this is important because 80% of community youth programs fail. The reason they fail is because they don't do the legwork and all the foundational work that we've been doing the last couple of years. So what you've been doing, what I've been doing, what my team has been doing to prepare for this time, it's like pro football in a way. You spend all your time practicing, but just a little bit of time on the field when you're playing the game. And that's what we've been doing. That's why we are not going to fail. We're going to be successful because we've done all the right things to get to that point where we're going to actually be working with these youth, and we're going to do it the right way.
So let's get in the game, youth. Let's make it count. The game is what counts, and life changing is what it's all about. And I really appreciate you, Dr. Kelly. Thank you so much for being on the show tonight. The Talking Shop, the J&B Talking Shop. The J is he's missing, but the B is here to beat you up on knowledge and skills. And I'm excited about what you have to offer. So anything else in the last closing remark?
No, I think we covered it. I will see you on the other side.
Well, we're definitely going to send you a link to the show. Tell all your friends and tell everybody what we're doing. It's on Northeast Streaming platform. We are syndicated, and we are here to help and change the world. So thank you very much for being a guest tonight.
Thanks again, Byron. See you soon.
All right. Okay. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night. Bye.